There are just a few more bits and pieces for if statements we need to cover. One is the use of Boolean operators. Boolean values, said right at the back at the beginning, can be true or false. That's it. Integers can be 1, 2, -5, lots of different values. Strings, lots of different values. Booleans can only be true or false. That's it. You might represent that using a 1 or 0. It's the same thing. The 1 represents true, the 0 false. Now, Boolean operators are used to ask questions, to ask more than one question. So there's 3 that we need to know: and, or, and not. So an and allows us to ask if 2 things are true. An or, if 1 of 2 things is true, and a not will help invert or reverse something. Let's look at an example and make it that simpler. So an and operator will only return true if both things are true. So what this means in terms of an if. I've got 3 variables, a, b and c. A is 1, b is 2, c is 3. And I've said if a equals 1 and b equals 2, then write true, else write false. So what's going to be printed here, true or false? Well, we work it out and we say, first of all, what's this value? Is a equal to 1? Yes. So that is true. And we say, and is b equal to 2? Yes. So that's true. So we've got a true and a true. Therefore, we will print out true. If either of these 2 were false, so if I'd put in here a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 2, so we're asking the question, is a equal to 2? No, it's not. So that would be a false. B is equal to 2, that would be a true. False and a true, that would give us a false answer. That would give us false. So for and, you're looking for both. It's equivalent of someone asking you to go and get them a Coke and Sprite. What they expect you to bring back is both. They don't expect only a Coke or a Sprite, they want both. They want Coke and a Sprite. So if you forget what the Boolean and is, think about what it means in English. It means both. I want you to get me a Coke and a Sprite. They'll be disappointed if you come back with only one. So Coke and Sprite. An or operator is either one or the other or both. If I say to you, get me a Coke or a Sprite, if you bring me both back, I'll be happy. If you bring me Coke back, I'll be happy. If you bring me Sprite back, I'll be happy. So an or is both of them are true, or either is true. So you're looking for one to be true, or possibly even both. So in this if statement, if a is equal to 1 or b is equal to 2, we will print true, else we'll print false. So in this case, a is 1, b is 2. So let's change that and say b is 3. What would happen? Is a equal to 1? Yes. So that will be true, therefore it will print true, because it's looking for either of these to be true. The final one is the not. This is the equivalent of me saying, can you go to the shop, but don't buy me a Coke. So I'm telling you what I don't want. So in this case I'm saying, is a not equal to 2? Is basically what I'm saying. So is a equal to 2? No, it's not. So that becomes false, and not swaps it round, so it becomes true, because a is not equal to 2. So we get a true value there. Another way of writing this that I think makes a little bit more sense, although it's not always handy or sensible, but it works. This symbol means not, so this not equal to, sorry. So this is saying if a is not equal to 2, then print true. So a is not equal to 2, that's right. A is equal to 1, we should print true. So looking at these, this one should print false because that's not true. This one should print true because that's true, even though that isn't. And this should print true because a is not equal to 2. So we should get false, true, true. If I run it, it'll flash off because I forgot to put the console.read key at the end. Mustn't forget that. And run it, and we get false, true, true. Now these Structures are very useful when you want to ask more than one question. So you might, for example, be checking something the user's entered, and you might want to check that they've entered two different things at two different times. So they entered this, and did they then enter that before you continue. We'll look at this more when we do looping. That's when it becomes a bit more useful, and particularly when we do validation, but that's later on. But at the moment you can ask for two things. Is this and this? Is this or not this? I'm just going to copy that actually and do it again. Or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm going to put this as a not. Not basically just swaps whatever it is. So if this is true, the not makes it a false. If this is false, the not makes it a true. So there's some examples of the and, or, and not operators. So you have a look at those.